Kodu. I'm one of the co-organizers at the Google Developers Community Group here in Athens and also a Women Tech Maker Ambassador. Today I'm extremely happy because I'm going to take a short interview with Serena, one of the speakers at this year's OpenConf, who is actually a data scientist in Shopify and she's currently based in Toronto. So, Serena, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Could you please make a short introduction about yourself and your background?
Sure. You just said it yourself. My name is Serena. I am a data scientist at Shopify. I'm currently based in Toronto, where I've been for the last couple of years. I'm originally Italian, where I studied statistics. And over the last 7 years, I've worked as a consultant and as a data scientist across the US, Canadian, European, and Australian markets.
And what actually triggered you to become a data scientist and ML researcher?
That's a good question. I really liked math, and I didn't want to be an engineer, so I had one of my teachers in high school. One of my teachers in high school had someone who just graduated in statistics coming to do a quick class and just kind of like tell us a little bit about statistics. And so I thought that was like an interesting topic. And then when I signed up, I enrolled in a undergraduate degree in statistics. And that sort of like everything came from there. I was really interested I really liked statistics because of the tools it gave me to understand the world around me. I did a lot of business subjects as well and economics. So when I went to look for a job, I ended up in a consulting firm that focused on statistics and analytics. And then everything came from there. Basically, I started doing a lot of programming in R, and then the industry sort of like slowly moved into what we got now called data science. And so I picked up Python and became officially a data scientist. But I would say I've been in the space for as long as I can remember, basically. Yeah. And then the machine learning part kind of, machine learning is always part of data science one way or another. I was, after my first consulting job, I was really interested in doing more research work around machine learning. So I spent a little bit of time in the Netherlands doing, I did start a PhD, but quit. So that was my stint in research. And that's where like a lot of my knowledge in terms of machine learning comes from.
So, based on your experience, do you actually believe that machine learning is only a trend for big companies or small and medium enterprises can take advantage of the technology as well?
No, I think there's a lot of applications of machine learning that can benefit smaller businesses for sure. As a consultant, I mean, I'm not in consulting anymore, but I spent a lot of time in consulting, and I spoke to a lot of businesses that were not really that big. And I think that everyone can benefit from it. And sure, you'll start with something smaller, and maybe you'll start with more like analytics. But I think that getting started with that kind of like data-driven, data-informed decision can benefit any business. It doesn't have to be the big data.
As we are both women in tech, do you believe that we actually need more women in the field? And if yes, what do you actually believe that makes women so reluctant?
So the answer to the first question is obviously yes. We always need more women everywhere. I think having the most, it's not possibly not even just women, but having a lot of different background and a lot of different identities represented. It's super important to sort of like foster diversity, inclusion, and also kind of get more ideas coming from different backgrounds. So yes, I think we do need more women. The reason why I think women sometimes are reluctant is this sort of like assumption that there aren't a lot of women in this kind of industry. I think there's a lot of like cultural reasons that are kind of like ingrained in that kind of belief. What I think we can do is increasing the representation at events, at community events like this. So having women speaking, having women organizing, having women being represented in the room, whichever room that is, I think that's going to make a lot of difference. And obviously, going down to the kids and talk to the kids and tell them how cool is science, because it is.
Well, I couldn't agree more with what you already said. At your bio, I read that you are a mentor at many data scientist online courses. Do you actually believe that it's easy for someone with a totally different background to follow this path?
So I see a lot of different students coming from different backgrounds, and I certainly, if you have some sort of technical background, that's easier. Like making a switch, career switch is easier. I think it's always possible to do that though. And I'm honestly constantly amazed by the students that I talk to. Some of them have completely different backgrounds, very like classical literature education, and they still make it. It does require a lot of like passion. It's not something that you do if you are just like kind of interested in like data science is a hot profession right now. If that's what you want, if it's just like a high in demand job, that might be a bit harder. But like if you do have the passion and you put in the work to sort of like catch up with everything, that's totally possible. And I think the industry is a lot more forgiving in terms of the requirements to get in are different. It used to be that you needed some sort of degree to work in tech, and I don't think that's true anymore.
So, except for the fact that you wanted to visit Greece, what were your expectations about this year event?
Well, I was really excited to visit Greece. Um, no, I'm always excited and I'm always energized when I go to conferences. I love engaging with the community, so I'm really excited to see what you have prepared for us, even though we're not in the same room technically.
And last question for today. Could you please tell us one thing that actually nobody else knows? For example, I'm a regular PC gamer and I spend a lot of my
Oh
time
wow.
playing with Lego. What's yours?
This is actually not a secret amongst my friends, but I do have a small obsession for a video game called Celeste. Um, I highly recommend it. It's great. Um, I think I might have played 100 hours at this point over the last few months. It's been a lot. It's been a journey.
So that's all for now.
Thank you.
Serena, thank you so much for your time and we're eager for your presentation at this year's conference.
Thank you. Thank you.